but a comeback off an injury and a comeback in a win and a return in a win in a game like this?
Honestly, whenever I'm faced with injuries or obstacle or challenge, whatever, I just try to look at the bigger picture. Take it one day at a time, be in the moment. That's what I do with this. I wanted to come back a little earlier, but they got to save me from myself sometimes and take it slow. But when they cleared me, I was ready to go. I know a lot of people have a lot of emotions and going for it, and I had it, but I just told myself to lean into it, not shy away, and just continue to be present, no matter what was going on, whether I had a good start, a bad start, whatever, just stay the course, stay even keel, and work the game, and we were able to get a win.
You watched the team in the last couple of games. It was in the balance at the finish. San Antonio, Lakers last night. How satisfying from a team perspective is it to get over the hump and do something like this today and find a way to hold on?
Yeah, very satisfying, especially when we go back and look at how we were able to compete in that second half. That 24 minutes was our brand of basketball. The way we were able to come out in that third quarter, build a lead. They're a good team. They got great experience. Guys have been in close battles, tough battles. So they were able to make a run, tie the game back up. But I like our composure. Everybody talks about how young a team we are, but we stay composed, trusting one another, and we're able to get the stops that we needed and then make the plays on the offensive end to give us the win.
Take us emotionally through that last sequence from when you got handed the grenade, the jump ball, and then knowing they have shot makers, watch that shot go up at the end for them.
Yeah, I thought I was trying to keep the ball away from their hands, and I thought Zoo came over my shoulder and had his arm and hand all over my forearm, but it's tough play, but I knew they were going to come down and try to get the switch. They were trying to hunt me in the fourth quarter a little bit. I was able to get the steal on Drew when he ducked in and make some key plays on the defensive end. And when it was Kawhi, I just wanted to sit down a little bit, be the lower man, take his bump and force a difficult shot. Definitely watching it because he made one earlier in the quarter. I feel like that's his little go-to. He made that in Toronto too, so I'm just glad he missed it. He's been through it all. He's been on the USA team. He's been around all-time greats. He's learned. He's been able to adjust his role in whatever situation he's given. He's a very team-first guy. He's not about himself. Even with the offense, it takes some of his plays away from what they were running last year. But he's all about winning, and he's very versatile. So we're able to put him in different spots within this offense, and he's able to execute, attack, use his athleticism against slower-footed bigs. But he's very versatile on both ends. He's switching and guarding James, guarding wide, down the stretch as well. So we can put him in different spots, and he'll be effective.
What was it like to be back in the building? See some familiar faces?
It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I did a lot of self-talk about just not letting my emotions get too high or too low. But it was always good to see familiar faces. When I came out to do my shooting time, the fans said, "Oh my God!" The fans coming out on the swell and talking and cheering me on. A lot of memories made in this building. So it's just great to get a win, honestly.
So you had that moment in the first quarter where you hit a three and you looked at Zoo. You stared him down. You said something to him?
I told him to hold that because we went and got dinner 2 nights before the game, just catching up and everything. When I told him I was going to go at him, so when I saw him closing out in that three, that was my little time to talk a little smack to him. Man. This is my guy.
What's it like to lead the league in scoring? I'm leading the 9 unit scoring right now, 24 points per game. You spoke about being underrated. Where does Norman Powell view himself as where he at in the league as far as the tier he's in right now?
For me, I view myself as all the guys you talk about, all the guys that is promoted, whether the media promotes it or not. That's how I see myself. I don't care what is written about me, what the fans think. Good game, bad game. I see myself as one of the top guys in this league. And you got to have that mentality and that approach when you're going up against the greats. And I find myself right up there. I have their respect. Talking to them, everybody appreciates my growth and how I commit myself to the game. But I don't see myself as any less than any of the other top guys in this league.
Well, how do you see yourself as an agent of change on this team, especially considering how different
you've had to adjust from being on this Clippers team and how they play a lot of ISO. You saw that at the end of this game.
Yeah.
This Heat team is playing a lot different than any Heat team has played before.
Yeah.
Like, how do you see yourself as a big keystone to what they're doing differently?
Very versatile. You can put me anywhere. I think that's just the role I've had. I've worked on every aspect. I've been the go-to guy. I've been a role player. I've been a bench player. I've been everywhere. I just plug and play guy that's able to find my groove within the flow of the game. And when it's my time to make something happen, I can do that as well. But I just work on every aspect of my game, so I'm ready for whatever's thrown at me.
Does them playing differently kind of help you integrate your identity or this team's new identity instead of trying to do whatever the heck they were doing in years past?
I don't know what they were doing years past. I just know what we're working on now. But it's my style. Fast-paced, up-tempo, attacking gaps, running in transition. Like I said, I think my game is very versatile. You can put me in any offense, and I'll be able to execute.
What's your motivation scale on 1 to 10? Your motivation coming back to LA? How high was the motivation factor?
I think anytime a player gets traded, that first game against their former team, they want to get that win. I have a pretty high success rate of playing that first game and getting that win against a former team. But yeah, I had it circled. All my people had it circled. I got a lot of people in the stands that came up. But yeah, it was good to get this win.
All right, thank you. We're there to finish San Antonio to start the trip, certainly last night against the Lakers. How important was it? How satisfying is it to this time finish the job?
Man, just to scrap and get a win like that, those are the most gratifying wins because first of all, you're in a different environment. You're not at home, so the crowd's against you. And, we just keep fighting through.
What was better defensively than the second half?
Who or what?
What?
Obviously you see Davion taking a chunk of the ball against James Harden, Andrew Wiggins, guarding Kawhi, and then nobody's gonna mention but Larson. We got a lot of scrappy dudes in this locker room. That's what it's all about. And as y'all seen, we have swarming defense in the second half. Getting them out of their rhythm. They don't know if we're doubling or not. That's how you cause confusion.
At the end, you hit the jumper, then you take the one-on-one challenge against James, then you come back and get the 2 free throws. Was that sort of your way of saying enough is enough? We're going to close this time.
I've been watching somebody in the summer do that a lot, so I took some pointers.
The fact that you got to start a center tonight and you have been tasked with changing how this offense is. Like, you were the trigger man for a slow-paced offense. Now this seems with fast-paced offensively. What has that challenge been like for you? And what have you enjoyed the most about how this team is much different than all your other Heat teams in the past?
This team is different because it's a collective effort. We've been playing like this all summer, so it's just going straight into the season. It's second nature for us. Everybody's involved. You don't know who nice is going to be. That's a wonderful thing I like about this offense and this team. We share the ball. We're getting to our spots. We're willing to sacrifice and enjoy somebody else's success.
How easy was that for you to buy into that personally?
I'm always down to do it as a collective effort. Being able to trust my teammates and share the ball, and then obviously it just helps all of us because we're all involved. Like I said, you don't know who nice is going to be, and that's a great thing about this team.
On that point, you've been two-way talent for a while now, but Tilo was praising your adaptability, whether it's here with Team USA. Where does having that mindset come from?
That's just being versatile. Thanking God He gave me this ability to fit any offense or defense. At some point we'll be POY or maybe even get an All-NBA. Just speaking that to existence, manifesting that. But like I said, man, just thanking God that He gave me this ability.
What's it like to see mild-mannered Andrew Wiggins step up with daggers, maybe when least expected?
Boy, quiet as kept, Wig has been the hero in a lot of situations for us this season. Mm-hmm. And, you love that about him. Like you said, he's very even keel, but you see the emotion every once in a while. he does the little things that people probably don't even know. So kudos to Andrew Wiggins.
Well, what's Norm been like to have around, and what did you make of how he handled today's game?
I think Norm came in with the right intentions, man. He wants to win. Doesn't matter who scores. Doesn't matter if he gets his. At the end of the day, he wants to win. And I like having Norm around. He's slowly starting to creep and be one of the co-pilots for this team. He's a great asset for us, and obviously, he's been kicking ass and taking names.
Do you guys want this game maybe a little bit more for him coming back here?
For sure. I feel like he can say it wasn't, but I feel like it was definitely an emotional win for him. I'm glad we could get it for him.
So Eric, labeled you as the artist on the team. How would your teammates really label your type of leadership style? How would you view yourself as a leader? Like, what you really motivate your teammates?
Man, that's a teammate question. I don't really like to talk about myself as a leader. But, I want this thing to be together. I want us to all be able to, really rock with one another because I feel like off the court matters just as much as on the court. So being able to have that togetherness off the court, being able to, obviously blend and mesh and, go out to eat, that matters to me because when you get out there, if you're not connected, it's going to show.
Ben, talk about your greatness. What makes you great?
What makes me great? A guy who can defend, who can guard 1 through 5, and then you can put me in any offense, pick and roll, motion offense, 5 out. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna figure out how to impact winning. So I feel like that's my greatness.
Who was your inspiration as you were coming up?
Man, growing up,
Become now.
Udonis Haslem, Kevin Garnett, and Kobe Bryant.
Who was that player you were watching this summer?
Man, y'all know.
So on Friday,
What you
did you
about to
see Kawhi's winning shot? And if you did you guys prepare for possibly that type of game, close game like that?
I mean, we weren't prepared for a close game, but we didn't need to watch that game. We know what Kawhi's capable of.
Yeah.
We've seen him take a team to the promised land.
Yeah.
So we know what he's capable of. There was no shock. That's why we were sending doubles at him. We were kind of confusing, trying to make shots difficult. Switching the matchup every once in a while, and just try to make it difficult for him.
All right, thank
Thank you.
Playing fast and scoring, but the most important thing is being stopped on that side. That's what we did tonight.
Talk about your veteran leadership that you bring that dynamic to the team.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to show it in different ways, especially just, trying to do it by example. Like on the court, just doing the little things, talking to guys, just trying to do whatever I can to help the team and help everyone feel comfortable.
What would you say the identity of your team is?
Tough, hard-nosed, get the job done.
So Coach Flo also talked about your two-way play. You've been in the league for quite some time. They always marvel about your talent. So do you ever think about yourself looking at being the top echelon player in the NBA based off the ability that you have?
What was it? Sorry?
So based off your talent and your ability, do you view yourself as actually that type of player in the league by based on what people be saying about you?
For sure. I definitely myself as a two-way player. I pride myself on both sides of the floor. Obviously, everyone in the NBA likes to score. Everyone likes to play defense. So I pride myself on both, and try to get stops.
Andrew, apologize if you were asked this, but what's it been like to have Norm around as a teammate early in the season so far?
Man, it's been amazing. He's been amazing. Norm's he's a great guy on and off the court. On the court, he's a big help. You see what he's doing, how he started this year off, and it's only up from here. Making the shots, getting to the rim, playing defense, everything. He's a perfect fit for this team, and he's striving for greatness over here.
Did you guys want this game maybe a little bit more for him, given that it was a return game?
100%. You always want that for your teammate. You always want that for the person you go to war with and fight with, every day.
Andrew, from one defender to another, what makes Bam so unique as a defender? Are there things that might be underappreciated?
I feel like he guards 1 through 5, and he does it very well. very well, very smart. He's the loudest person on the court. Great leader. He's definitely one of the best defenders in the league.
What makes him such a great leader as well?
He's vocal, holds you accountable, but he also lifts you up. He's someone you want on your team. Like, if you're going to battle, you want that.
You guys forced, I think, 37 points off turnovers in this game. What was it with that third quarter, and maybe the game for a whole, that you can take away and replicate? Maybe not to that level, but replicate as a whole.
I mean, that's Miami Heat, basketball. We got to be tough on the other defensive end. The Clippers have a lot of talented, guys that can do a lot of things. So it's a collective thing. It's a collective group. It's not one guy. It's not two guys. It's on the whole team. All right.
Thank you.